Greetings everyone, and thank you for joining me in this video where we'll master the MOS Excel practice exam. Not only will I guide you through the exam practice, but I'll also give you the essential softwares, valuable tips, and useful resources to excel in the MOS Professional Excel exam. By the time we conclude, you will not only be fully prepared for the exam, but also feel confident in tackling even the most challenging tasks the exam presents. Before we start, please take a moment to subscribe and like this video. Your support will help us reach more people who may benefit from this content. So now let's jump right into mastering the MOS Excel exam. Before we start, there are two essential elements that you need to get started. Okay. One is to believe in yourself, have faith in yourself, your abilities, and you know that you can excel in the MOS Excel exam. Okay. And the second one is software download. To ensure a smooth learning experience, you need to download two essential tools, which is GMetrix and Microsoft Excel 2019. You can find the links to download these softwares in the video description below. So with the right mindset and the necessary tools, you're well on your way to mastering the MOS Excel exam. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so welcome back. After you've downloaded the two softwares that I link in the description box below, once you've downloaded it, you open the GMetrix. The GMetrix is the first software you open. So once you open the GMetrix, you'll be brought to a welcome page. The first thing you have to do is sign up. You have to sign up if you are not registered before. Put in your basic information. This includes your first name, your last name, your country, your state, your student number, your email address, your username, your password, confirm your password, and the secret question, which is who's your favorite actor, and your secret question. Accept the terms, and yes, you'll be brought back to the login page. So the login page, put in the login information that you registered just now, and this is what the dashboard of the Geometrix login will look like. The first thing you have to do, however, okay, is to go to redeem code. To be able to practice the Excel exam, you need to practice the right exam. Okay, and to practice the right exam, you have to enter your code. This code might be distributed by your course rep in school or your lecturers in school. If you don't have one, reach out to them and let them give you an access code to practice. Okay, and if you don't have an access code, I will link where you can get them in the description box below. That is, if you are not a student of a university or you want to write the exam, I will link I'll provide some links in the description where you can get the access code. So once you enter your access code and you redeem your code, you will be brought back to this dashboard. Okay, so you go to tests and you go to new tests. So you click on Microsoft Office 2019, and this is the one we're working with. Okay, to write the professional exam, you are going to be practicing these two Excel exam. Okay, these are the important ones. Forget about the rest here. You don't need all these ones. And as you can even see on this, you have certificate preparation here. The difference between training and testing mode is training mode you have unlimited time and you can go at your own pace. But testing mode gives you the real time in real life. Okay, so you have a countdown of the time as it is in your professional exam. So what we're going to do now is do the training mode first and do the testing mode. Training mode for exam practice 1, you click it, then you start the new test. Start a new test. So this is the GMetrix interface. This is where you practice your Excel exam. Don't worry, this might feel overwhelming at the first time you're opening the software. The upper part is the GMetrix interface where you have your tasks. As you can see here, you have way to resize the text. If you have questions, if you want to bring this part of the Docker, if you want to bring it down, you can just click it, to bring it to the bottom. But for our sake, we just take it to the top, and we are in project 1 of 7. So you're going to 7 of 7 to be able to pass the test or the exam. Now you have the overview, you have the tax 1, tax 2, tax 3, tax 4, tax 5. Each project contains 5 tax. So as you move from project 1, you have 5 tax, project 2, 5 tax. Currently now we're in tax 1. This is the tax 1. And you can see the instructions here. If you're done with the first task, you mark completed and move to the next task. Once you're done with that, you keep on moving on. Okay. Now, this is everything that you need to know about the first part: the summary, the restart project, the save project, or the grade project. Grade project is when you're done with everything, all the five tasks, and you want to move on to the next project. Okay, so you have to finish the five tasks first, make sure you mark them completed, grade the project, then move on to the next project. This is the Excel 2019 interface, and this is what you'll be working with. You have your basic interface, you have your home, you have your insert, you have your page layout, and so on and so vital. So you have your worksheet here, and you have your columns A, B, C, D, and you have your row 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's start and not waste any more time. The first thing you have to do in the task one is import the comma delimited file accessories.cv. To import any file, especially when it comes to file formats of .csv or .text, you can go to data. Data is where you import anything, but you have to make sure that you click on the Microsoft Excel interface. So you click it, then you import from text or from a web from anywhere. So they said we should import the comma delimited file accessories.cv located in the GMetrix template folder in a new worksheet. You have to take these things one by one to be able to understand the question. So the first thing you have to do is import the file. So you go to data, from file, from text rather. Then you go down. Then you go down, you see GMetrix template as instructed here. You can see GMetrix template. Double click it, and you can see the file they're talking about, accessories.cv. Click it, import. Now, delimited, as you can see, this was instruction here, delimited. Then click the next. You don't have to do anything else. Click next. And we're told that it is a comma delimited file. So this comma, select it. Click next. You don't have to do anything here. Finish. Now, before you proceed from this, you have to finish the question. We've done all these ones. Moving on, we're told to do it in a new worksheet. So you click this new worksheet and also add the import to the data model and accept all other defaults. Add this data to the data model and boom, the file we're importing will get imported now, and you can see it here. So this is the file. Okay, so you mark completed and you move to the next task. It's as simple as that. Now, the second task says clear the formatting in cell range A4, D4. Now, to enter this value, and we're told to do it on rentals rate worksheet. Okay, so you go to rentals rate worksheet, double click it. Make sure you're in the right worksheet. Please, it is very important. Be on the right worksheet. So you go to A4, D4, you type it, A4, D4, you click enter, and we're told to clear the formatting in cell range A4, D4. To clear formatting, you can just go to the home panel, then you see clear on your right. So clear, click the drop down, do not click on it itself, then clear format, because you're told to clear the formatting. So just clear format and you see that it changes. Okay, so we're done with that task. You mark complete, then you go to the next task. The next task says rename table 1 to rates. Okay, how do we know that we're in table 1 or in the right table? You might have several tables here. Okay, and the best way to do it is to click this drop down here and click table 1. Understood? Click this drop down here and click table 1. Once you click that, go to design, then rename the table here. Rename the table here, then change it to rates as instructed here. So you click it and it has been changed to rates. As you can see, it was table 1 before, now it has been changed to rates. Good. Mark completed. Go to the next task. The instructor says change the orientation of the rental rates worksheet to landscape. So we are currently on the rental rates worksheet and we're told to change the alignment. The orientation, rather. To change the orientation, you can always go to page layout. If you go to page layout, You see orientation, click it, change it to landscape. You might not see anything happen, but trust me, you're done. The action has been done already. So that's all for this task. Mark completed. Go to the next task. The last task on this project is inspect the workbook for compatibility issues. Copy the results to a new worksheet. So the best way to do this is go to file, and you check for issues. You check for issues, then you check compatibility. Check compatibility, and it will pop up this little window. The instruction is to inspect the workbook for compatibility issues. You have to check this, and also the instruction says copy the results to a new worksheet. Copy to a new sheet. It's as simple as that. Copy to a new worksheet, and this is it. Voila, as you can see. So mark complete, and we're done with these 5 tasks. Okay, in project 1. To move on to the second project, you go to grade project, and it will do its thing. It will cross check and see if you actually got the 5 tasks. And yes, give it a moment. A moment bitte. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. Boom. As you can see, we got all 5 tasks correctly. Okay. So moving on, if you miss some questions, you can always retry and go back to the task that you missed. Okay, let's say you miss task 2. You only click retry, continue, then you go to that same exact task 2 that you missed, then you do it again. Okay, like say if you miss task 2 and this is instruction, then we have to go back to rental raise worksheet, then perform the instruction. But now that we got it, grade the project again as well to move on. You have to grade the project to move on. Okay, so click on next. It will bring in a new worksheet. Okay, so as you can see, project 2, task 1. Now the instruction here says, and you can see a new worksheet as well. You have tent, you have fishing. Okay, so the instruction says join cells A1, E1. If I were you, I will make sure that I input this here first. I'm on the right worksheet. Okay, they said on the fishing worksheet. Are we on the fishing worksheet? Great, yes. Then join cells A1, E1, A1, E1. Click enter. Then to highlight this. Join cells. How do you join cells? You basically go to home, then you see merge. Do not click this because this will change the alignment. You are merging and centering. That is not what you want. You have to click this drop down, then merge cells. Once you merge the cells, as instructed here, do not change the alignment of the content. That's all you need. You're done with this task. Mark completed. Next task. The next task is on the 10th worksheet. You have to double click, go to the 10th worksheet, link the content in cell B13, enter B13, link the content in cell B13, you enter B13 to cell A4 on the fishing worksheet. So what we're told to do is link this text to another text in a different worksheet. So what you have to do is go to home, go to insert, click hyperlink. Hyperlink is the way to link content. Go to click a hyperlink, place in this document. You are told to what? To cell A4. Link this to cell A4. To cell A4 on the fishing worksheet. You click this as well on the fishing worksheet. Then that's all for the task. Okay. And to check if that works, you click it and you'll be taken back to cell A4 on the fishing worksheet. Okay. So mark completed. Move on to the next task. So the second task, on the 10th worksheet, apply conditional formatting using the 3 flags icon set to the values in the inventory column. So we're working with conditional formatting here. As you can see, we're told to apply all this in the inventory column. This is the inventory column. Okay, so you click it, then you highlight everything in this column. Once you highlight it, you go to home, you go to conditional formatting, icon sets. As you can see, it has been instructed here. Icon sets. You click these three flags rather, three flags. Click it, and that's all for this task. Mark completed, and that's it. Next task on the 10th worksheet. Expand the chart data range to include this. Where's the chart data range? This is the chart data range. Click it, and we're told to add giant struct bed tent, which is this, okay, and its value to this chart. And how do you do that? Once you click it, go to design, select data, click this icon, then highlight what you were told to add. So highlight everything again. Once you highlight it and you click this, you see the value added. You know it was 3 before, now 1 has been added. All you have to do is click OK, and you're done for the task. So mark completed and move on to the next task. Apply style 4 to the chart located on the 10th worksheet. We are in the 10th worksheet, and this is the chart we're talking about. We're told to apply style 4. As you can see here, this is the chart styles, and you can see all of them by clicking this icon here. And if you hover over each, you see style 4 here. This is style 3. All you have to do is just click style 4, mark completed. When you're done with this project, great project, to move ahead. So while we're waiting, just take your time and make sure you get it right in the training mode before you go to the testing mode. So we got everything correctly. Moving on. The next project is loading, which is project 3. It's loading, and yes. So we have a new worksheet, and the instruction here on the task 1 is simultaneously replace all occurrences of the word choco with chocolate. Okay. So you go to your home, make sure you're in home. Then you go to find, then you go to replace. Okay. You replace choco. Make sure it is the exact cap locks and everything with chocolate. Chocolate. So you replace all. And as you can see, it has been replaced with choco and chocolate. It has replaced choco with chocolate. Now, before you move ahead, you know there are 2 worksheets. You have to replace on the second worksheet as well. Okay, you can see it's just choco here and choco here. You have to do the same thing. Go to home, go to this, replace. It is still already there, but you just have to click replace once. Click it once. If you keep clicking it, it will keep duplicating it. So replace, as you can see, it has been replaced. That's all. Then you mark completed. You move on to the next task. You read the instruction. On the cost worksheet, which is this worksheet, repeat the rows containing the company logo. Where's the company logo? This is the company logo. And column headings. These are the column headings. Okay, these are the column headings. So they appear on all printed pages. To do that, go to page layout, and you can see print titles here. Okay, under print titles, you see this little icon. Click it, then you go to sheet. Okay, the instruction is that repeat the rows, and you can see here rows to repeat at the top. The answer to the question is in the question. Okay, so you click this, and we're told to repeat to make sure that this 3123 appears on all printed pages. So all you have to do is highlight, click, just click, hold, and highlight. Understood? So that, click that, then OK. We're done with that task. Now, completed. Moving on to the next task. Simultaneously apply the number format to columns B through E. Which are the columns B through E? This is column B through E on the cost worksheet. You go to Home, you see this little icon here. Apply the number format, and that's it. That's changed, as you can see. Mark completed. Next task. Okay, so the next task says modify the chart on the profit worksheet. On the profit worksheet, we are told to modify this chart so that flavors, which are these flavors, are displayed on the horizontal side, and expenses and income are displayed on the legend. All you have to do is click this, go to design, select data. We're told to have all the flavors on this side and everything here on this side. All you have to do is just click this and it will switch it. Okay, switch it and okay, you're done with the task. Mark completed. And next task. Modify the charts. This is the new task instruction. Modify the charts on the profit worksheet so the legends appear at the top. If you scroll down, you see the legends here at the bottom. We are told to bring it to the top. So you click this, you can click out again, click back in. Then you go to legends. You can find legends under this. You can see legend. Currently it's at the top, it's at the bottom. As you can see, it is highlighted here. You can see this box here. We're told to bring it to the top. So click it, then mark completed. That's all. You can see it here. So we're done with these 5 tasks. Grade your project. And in case you don't get any of the tasks, you can always go back and retry. In our case, we got everything right. Next. So we're on project 4 of 7 now. We have a new worksheet. And the first instruction is create one named range from the cell ranges D5 to D15 and D18 to D26. Name those ranges prices. All you have to do is this thing, add it here. D5, D5 colon D15. Then you put comma to be able to input these two cell ranges. Put comma, then D18, comma D colon D26. As you can see, it is click enter and it will highlight it. Okay, after you input all the data, all the cell ranges, click enter, then it will highlight everything. Do not click outside, do not touch anything outside. Once you click outside, it has already selected a new cell. So as it is now, our task is to name the ranges prices. So to name ranges, go to formulas, define name, click this drop down, define name. Then currently it's on price. We just put S and click OK. It's done. You might not see anything happen, but trust me, you already done that. Mark completed. Go to the next task. In cell H5, enter the cell range H5. Enter a formula referencing the name ranges. To enter a formula, you start with equal to, okay. Enter a formula referencing the name ranges, this, and this, to display the total sum. The main thing you have to know is that the formula is total sum, and the total sum formula is SUM, sum. You double click this one and to open a bracket. So you have to import all these into it. So go one by one. Price, double click it, put a comma, install 10G, install 10G, double click it, put a comma, put a space, support, then you double click it, then close the brackets. That's what you have to do. Once you're done with it, click enter and it will calculate the figures for you. Okay, mark completed and move to the next task. The next task says remove all conditional formatting on the worksheet. To remove all conditional formatting, go to home, conditional formatting, clear rules, clear it from entire worksheets. That's what you have to do. Mark completed, move on to the next task. And the next task says on the price list worksheet, we're on the price list worksheet, simultaneously rotate the text font size, this text, font size, this text, price, install and support, price, install and support in both tables to angle counterclockwise. So you highlight all these three, click this, and that has been changed. You go to the other part too, you highlight all, then you click this, and that's all for this task. We'll make sure we've touched every part of the question. Mark completed, move on to the next task. And the next task is perform a multiple column sort on the data in the wired equipment table. First sort alphabetically. Now we know they are talking about sorting, and it's a multiple column sort. So we are going to do a custom sorting. Okay, so all you have to do is click this little area, click sorting, click custom sorting. It will bring out this window. So all you have to do is whatever is there related to sort wired equipment, click it from A to Z. The instruction is A to Z. If you were told to put Z to A, all you have to do is bring this drop down and Z to A. And then the second one is port size from A to Z. Add another level, then port size A to Z as well, A to Z. Then click OK. Once you click OK, that has been done. You can see the data here. If you want to do this custom sorting, make sure you click this empty area first. This area was empty before. Click it first before you go to sorting and custom sorting. If you click an empty area outside, it will not work. This window will not work, and you just click clicking it. So mark completed, and we're done with project 4. Grade your project, and let's see how we've performed. We got all the question right. Move on to the next task. The next task in project 5 says configure the catalog worksheet. Go to the catalog worksheet. So rows 1 through 3 remain visible. This row 1, 2, 3, we want it to remain visible even though we are scrolling, vertically. Even though we are scrolling vertically, we want them to always remain at the top. So what you have to do is go to row 4, click it, click this row 4, and go to view. When you go to view, you freeze the row 1 to 3. Freeze, click this drop down, then freeze print. Okay, so when you scroll up, you can see these 1 to 3 rows are still fixed there. If the instruction says 1 through 5, then you go to the sixth row. The sixth row. Okay. So you're done with that. Mark completed. Next task. The next one says add the status of draft to the document properties. You go to file, and these are the document properties. If you don't see the status here, just show more properties, and you can see status here. Input the word draft here. Click enter, go back, and it has been done. Mark completed. Go to the next task. Configure Excel to always print cell ranges A1 to F17 on the Q1 cells. Go to the Q1 cells. Cell ranges A1 to F17. Click enter. To always print these pages whenever you want to print. And remember when we print pages the other time, go to page layout. This print titles, this small icon. Click it. Go to sheets. The print area. You click it, then all you have to do is highlight like we did before. So highlight, and you can see A1 to F17, A1 to F17. You have to be very sure of that. Click this again, click OK, and that's it. Mark completed. Go to the next task. When the Q1 says worksheet, insert the function itself B19. Go to B19. Go to B19. It is already there. Insert the function itself B19 that calculates all sales from the total column. You have to calculate all the sales from the total column, which is the sum. So to start the formula, go to sum, double click it, go up, scroll up, then this total column, highlight everything that is there. Highlight everything that is there. Go back here, then close it. If you don't close it with a bracket, it is not going to work. So the way formula works is you have to start with equal to, then whatever the formula you're told to do, which is in our case total, calculate all the sales, the sum, then enter sum, then whichever cell you're told to do the formula on, you enter it, then close it, click enter, then you have your answer there. Okay, so moving on, mark completed, go to the next task, then in cell B4 on the Q1 worksheet, this Q1 worksheet, insert a function. Let's first enter the B4. Insert a function that joins the description and style. This is quite tricky a little bit because you have to understand every part of it. Insert a function that joins the description and style in the catalog worksheet. Separate the description and style with an hyphen and a space on both sides. Now, what they want us to do basically is to what? Insert a function, like they said here. So the first thing is click equal to, and the formula we're told to use is concatenate. As you can see here, double click it, and the first thing we have to do is this description and style. So the description is what on the catalog. Double click it, you can see the description here. Click the description. Click the description. Okay. Once you click the description, put a comma, put an hyphen, put a dash, put an hyphen, then the style also, which is this. Once you're done with that, the instruction is separate the description and style with an hyphen and a space on both sides, like this, as you can see. So you have to do is click enter, and you see the answers populated here. Moving on, mark completed, then grade your project. Voila, you got it right. So click on next, project 6 of 7. And the first instruction here says on the QT1 worksheet, which is this, add a row to the table that automatically calculates total entries. So click on this table, go to design, and you can see total row here. That's all you have to do. Click it, and it automatically calculates the total. So that's all for this instruction. Mark completed, and go to the next task. So on the QT1 worksheet, in the maximum row, this maximum row, insert a formula in column E. This column E, insert a formula here. Insert a formula here that returns the largest number. Of recipe entries for the quarter. Double click it. The formula max, because they say it returns the largest number. The formula is max. Open the bracket, and we're told to do the largest number of recipes entries for the quarter. So all you have to do is highlight all this, close the bracket, click enter. That is here. answer. Mark completed. Move on to the next task. On the Q21 worksheet, which is this, use the data contained only in the entries and total columns to create a 2D pie chart. Okay, so we are told to use only the data here and the data here to create a pie chart. So if you highlight everything here and you highlight everything here, okay, you go to insert, click this 2D icon here, then you create a 2D pie chart. So if you click it and you can't see anything, just click Ctrl Z and try again. Okay, try again and it will work. Go to insert, highlight everything here, highlight everything here, go to insert, 2D pie chart and click it. Voila, as you can see, it's working great now. Entries and total column, entries and total column. Now the instruction says position the new chart below the table. So all you have to do is, this can be quite tricky a little bit. So bring it down and put it exactly here. So once you're done with that, mark completed. Go to the next task. On the QCR2 worksheet, which is this, convert cell range A2 E10 A2 E10 to a new table with headers. Apply red table style light 14. So the best way to do this is go to format as a table. You want to change this to a table, format as a table, click it, and we're told to select light 14. So you keep hovering over it until you see right, and you can see table style light 14. This is the one we're going to pick. So once you click it, you'll be shown this instruction: my table has headers. The instruction said to a table with headers. If it says to a table with no headers, you unclick this. But since the instruction says yes, then you click OK, and you see this change to a table. Mark completed. Then to the next task. So apply layout 2 to the bar chart on the QTR worksheet. QT1 layout 2 to the bar chart. This is the bar chart here. Click it. Go to design and click layout. You can see layout here. Over each one. This is layout 3. This is layout 2. Click it. Then you see the style change. The layouts change. Mark completed and great project. Voila. Move on to the next task. This is the last one, 7/7. On the employee bonuses worksheet, insert a mixed reference in cell F4. Cell F4. On these, insert a mixed references so that the formula will correctly calculate the commission when copied from F4 through F11. Copy the reference down the column to verify its values is correct. All you have to do is, you can see this formula here. When you click on F14, you can see this formula here. Anytime they talk about mixed reference, they're talking about adding $sign. That's all. And the best way to do it is add the $sign in front of the letter B. Once you're done with that, all you have to do is click enter. Click enter and the values will be populated automatically. That's all you have to do for this task. It might look complicated, but once you pick the question one by one, you remember, okay, this is what I need to do. So mark completed. Go to the next task. On the employee bonuses worksheet, use autofill to copy the formula in cell G4, okay, to calculate the total compensation for each employee. So all you have to do is do what? Go to the autofill. On the total compensation tab, you have to use autofill to fill everything here. Okay, auto to go to cell G4, and the easiest way you can do it is to just click this icon and bring it down. It automatically populates it. That's all you have to do. Okay, so once you're done with that, mark completed. Go to the next task. On the path worksheet, go to the path worksheet, remove the row containing salesperson named Alan. The best way to remove a row is to click on the row itself. It highlights everything there. Right click, right click, delete. It deletes everything there. That's all. That's how to delete a row. If it's a column, you click it, right click, then you delete as well. But the instruction here says remove the row. So mark completed, go to the next task. On the part worksheet, change the table's style to white table style medium one. So the best way to do that is to click this, go to design, change this style to white table style medium one, white table style medium one, table style, okay, medium, table style medium one. So you click it, and that's all. Mark completed. Next task. On the part worksheet, insert a line sparkline in cell F4. Go to F4 and insert a line sparkline that runs from January to February, January to March. So you go to insert, you can see the line here, and you see sparklines here. The answer is in the question, line sparkline, line sparkline. Click on line. You have to select January through March. Click this, then select everything here. Click enter, click OK, and you can see the line sparkline here. Mark completed and grade your projects. So guys, click on next and you're done with the entire project. It will bring a breakdown of how you did and everything you got. So you can see 100% we got everyone after the other. So thank you guys for watching this. The second part of the exam training too will be in the next video. So if you are interested in that, check the link in the description and or check the card above you to go to the next exam 2 training video. Thank you guys for staying with me. If you've not subscribed, go and subscribe. Go and click the like button. More people with this content. Thank you very much. Finish the test.